first person you need to deal with is you.
How do you unlearn parenting habits that were normalized for you your whole life? And how do you build connection with your kids without feeling like you're losing authority as a parent?
You're concerned, like the weight of your foot is on maintaining authority. And I think that's where you're stuck. First of all, you're listening to your spouse. Great thinking. Doesn't mean your spouse is always right, but you need to be able to engage in that conversation. And I think if your spouse is telling you something that they see in light of the kids, that has got to be gold for you. Because remember, your kids, being kids, do not have A, fully formed brains, and B, the courage or the confidence to tell you how you're making them feel around you. So that's a really important piece, okay? But authority, you are their dad. That's not going to change. You don't need to reaffirm that you're the dad. Everybody in this dynamic knows that. So authority, let's set it aside for right now. Because obviously, to me, in the way that you're writing, you recognize that authority doesn't resonate with you from your own childhood. It's what you know, it's what's familiar, but it's not what you feel deeply, intuitively, and continue to be vulnerable like this. It's not what you feel is right. So you're feeling that it doesn't empower the connection with your kids. So it's time for you to make a different choice. A good dad asks those questions and is open to that feedback. And here you are. So give yourself a huge yay for just being open to this. Let's start there. Yay for James. Toughening up the kids. James, we grew up in a different world than our kids are in. We grew up in a different world. Toughening up our kids for an 80s, 90s environment, even an early aughts environment, that's not their world. Their world is today's world. Showing up for them with today's sensibility is really critical. Trust your spouse. Have the conversations, not just with your spouse, have the conversation with your kids. Hey, did you know this is what I grew up around? This is what my home was like with Grammy and Grampy. This is what happened when I did what you did, or when my parents were teaching me about behaving myself in the parking lot. I got picked up by the arm and slapped on the bottom, whatever the story. And you're not telling that story to scare them, because you're going to continue to say, that's not the way I want to parent. That's not the dad I think you need. What do you think? No. Or whatever they respond with. And literally have that conversation. I'm working on being a better dad. I need you to know I don't think I'm working with the best tools, and I want to build better tools with you. So have them collaborate with you in terms of what being a better dad looks like. Having that conversation at their level, face to face. Meet them where they're at, physically, tangibly, palpably. Maybe physical contact, touching them on the shoulder, holding them, hugging them as you're having some of this conversation is useful. So do that. Try it. What kind of a dad do you want me to be? What do you want me to do? You want more hugs. You want me to talk to you more. You want me to read a bedtime story. You want to take walks together. You want to play Legos together. Be available for those things to the extent that you can. So when you reevaluate your behavior, how is your behavior out of alignment from the principles that you want in your household? I want trust. I want openness. I want curiosity. But if your behavior is out of alignment with those things, you're not going to get them. You're not going to feel them. The first person you need to deal with is you. I need to let go of authority. I need to let go of this narrative I have that good parenting means yelling, raising my voice, being overly forceful. I need to find a way to self-regulate before I come home. If I'm bringing in this enervated energy, this electricity, this anxiety. And what could that be? Take a walk. Do something besides the bar. But I highly recommend hit the gym. Find your routine, do your thing. Whatever little grace you have, do it. So you have options. Celebrate the fact that you even made the choice to write in. A lot of dads don't. Ask for help. Enough. You did that. Secondly, conversations with yourself, with your partner, with your kids. Own what you've done, own your story, and use a principles-based analysis on the kind of parent you want to be. And then finally, find that opportunity to regulate your nervous system on your way home from work.